lutar até recuperarmos todos os outros Miraculous.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Lulu, Fluff, metamorfose dupla.
Yas Queen, Skinny Legend, Versace boots the house down. Slay Queen, Hunty Mama, and Oop Daddy work. Charlie X, yet snatch my wig.
Miragem. Ferroada.
Bunnyx!
Proteção.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Feito.
Se ele pegar o Miraculous dela, não vamos poder seguir ele pelo tempo.
Cataclismo!
Oh my fucking God! Jesus Christ! Oh my...
Pega, My Lady! Só o portador do Miraculous do coelho pode abrir um portal no tempo.
Vai você, gatinho.
Quer que eu controle o tempo?
Somos você e eu, lembra?
I got a heart attack.
Como isso é possível? Você já usou o seu poder.
Já usei ou ainda vou usar? Parece que o Miraculous do tempo não é afetado pelo tempo normal. Isso faz sentido, né?
Isso é impressionante.
Uhum.
I can't. Get out.
Oh my God, you are a hoe.
Is she dead? No.
Cannygirl, pronta!
That feels weird, but I'll allow it.
Não vou deixar você destruir meu futuro, Ladybug. Eu já volto, meu amor. Eu prometo.
Voila, what do we have, ladies? A fucking clown. We are a stupid bitch. We are a fucking clown.
Novo plano. A Ladybug não pode se safar.
Você estava com o Miraculous do tempo, poderia ter escolhido salvar a Emilie, poderia ter escolhido me salvar. Em vez disso, escolheu sua obsessão pela Ladybug e pelo Cat Noir.
I said, damn, bitch.
Você está louco, Gabriel.
Não foi minha culpa. Foi a Ladybug.
Você não merece a minha ajuda. Não merece a ajuda de ninguém.
My jaw is on the floor. Oh my goodness. Hey you guys, what is up? It's your homegirl TVC, and today we are reviewing the first episode of the 5th season of Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir, titled Evolution. Can you hear the smile in my voice? I said to myself, I'm probably gonna review this episode later, after I finish watching it, because I've had this episode for forever and I just finally convinced myself to watch it, and I said I'll review it later in the evening or tomorrow. But then the ending happened and I launched myself at my table. I think I hit my knee. I did hit my knee. It hurts, but where do I begin? Where do I begin? Let's see if I can speed you through these images so you can see what I have. This was 22 minutes. Oh my god. By the 7-minute mark, so much had already happened. And I told myself, I said, God damn, we're not even a third of the way through the episode. I was in for a treat. Now, the start of the episode, I did not like it. I was already cringing, already telling myself, oh, I'm probably gonna have to speed through this because they were continuing the whole bullshit of the crowd chanting Ladybug, Ladybug, and I'm like, motherfucker is right here. Cat Noir is right fucking here. But the people of Paris have rejected Monarch's conquests or whatever. Even Nadia was like, the war for the Miraculous is just beginning. I'm like, bitch, what have you done? Sit down. You've tried to expose Ladybug on multiple occasions. Go to sleep. Okay, it's past your bedtime. But then, as all this is happening, Cat Noir leaps into action and breaks, because apparently Hawkmoth had like shelter around his butterflies. It didn't click that that's what's happening. I just thought he was doing like a telegram, or I was gonna say teleportation, like he was just telegraphing his message, but whatever. But wait a minute, Cat Noir just used his stick to break it, so was it really shelter? Anyway, Cat Noir was competent. He launched into action, and I think I had so much PTSD from season 4 that seeing Cat Noir do anything made me worry. I was like, oh god, they're gonna make him fuck up or do something, and then he did a thing, and he did it well. And then Ladybug uses her yo-yo to like disperse the butterflies, and he picks her up. He tells her like, look, we're gonna get this done, just calm down. And then he waves to the crowds. I'm like, baby boy, they weren't calling your name. Why are you being nice to them? No, they did not deserve your niceties. Ignore them as they have ignored you. But that's just my gripes for the start of the episode. Everything else that happened was so good and so well done. And yes, you're not hearing things, you're not hallucinating. I fucking love this episode to an unhealthy degree. And wait a minute, who wrote this episode? I doubt. Was Thomas? No, Thomas was the director. What, did he write anything though? I don't know this language, so I'm guessing this is writer. No, it's Sebastian. Like whenever I see Sebastian's name, the episode is kind of decent. I've noticed that, I think. Also, I was gonna skip the intro till I saw this, and I was like, wait, what the hell is happening? But yeah, we have a little bit of an intro change. It's cute, it's quirky, we love it. So back to this, Ladybug disperses the butterflies from Hawkmoth's warning, and he kind of picks her up. And then, was it the point where shit hits the fan? No, it wasn't this point. So Gabriel, I don't know why he has all the Kwamis just floating around him. Even Master Fu didn't have that shit, but he does his old villain monologue. Okay, now this is where shit hits the fan. Where, okay, no, not here, but it's kind of like a contrast where Ladybug is saying how we will have victory, we will be free, we'll be blah blah blah. But then Hawkmoth is basically saying the opposite, basically showing the contrast between the hero and the villain, which I see better now. So Sass try to be, who is, I will continue to say this, the leader of the group, tries to speak some reason to Hawkmoth, and he told him to just be quiet and he can't speak anymore, and it was just sad. And he tells them that you are not my prisoners, you are my slaves, I am your master. And I'm like, I'd rather be, would I rather be a slave or a prisoner? Oh god, no, I can't ask that question. What the fuck? Moving on. He basically traps them in his like cane thing. Okay, that's another point, he does that. But he phones Nathalie, who I'm realizing towards the end that she's still on the train, because this is picking up right where season 4 left off. There's no gaps. I thought she was still somewhere in the house, but she's on the train. He tells her that, look, I have the Kwamis, and she's like, okay, wait, let's think about this. He's like, no, my victory is at hand. I took a risk, I won. Now, and I just realized all the things he has on him are just silver now, whereas they have, remember the Miraculouses have color when they're not in use? Or when they're in use? I always mess this up. No, they have color when they're in use, but when they're in the Kwami box, they have colors as well. This was another issue I had. What is this one? This bracelet thing. I know this is Roar, but the Roar have this. I'm getting distracted by my blurry mess. I downloaded this in 1080p, but you can't tell. Now the fit is giving. I love the butterfly design with the like monochromatic, like multicolors of all the Kwamis he has, but he just did unification for Nuru and Fluff. And I was like, are you kidding me? But apparently his suit, maybe because he has all the Kwamis on him, but he already has all the color. Oh, I see it now. The colors of the Kwamis he's unified with are the colors that light up. Because he unified with a lot of Kwamis after this. That makes sense, but I thought the unification dictated the costume. Well, you kind of envision what you want. So with all the unifications, it has the same look but different colors light up. I don't know. Why is yellow lighting up? He just did Nuru and Fluff. Whatever. The mask, it could be the purple skin, but I like this. I really, really like this. It's actually giving. Oh, now that he's transformed, all the Miraculouses have taken on their colors. Anyway, he transforms and okay. He transforms and then Ladybug is talking about, okay, she figured out how he got the Miraculouses, which we know is from Felix, that lying son of a bitch, and he's already halfway to like England with the Peacock Miraculous. But if they're gonna be taking back all the Miraculouses, will they eventually find out that the Peacock is not there? If they find out that the Peacock is with Felix, that means Felix had interactions with Hawkmoth. Hell, at this point, she should know Felix has interactions with Hawkmoth. Anyway, this is where finally shit hits the fan of this happens, and it's why didn't he just snap his neck on impact? Damn it, this show could have been over. But then I was like, oh, did he just try to open a portal and he portaled here? Did he unify with, I was gonna say Hoof, I can't remember the horse Miraculous's name. Their names are very simple. Not Trix. I cannot remember the portal one, but I thought he did that by accident. I was like, no, he did the bunny. Okay, did he travel? Like, I was confused. Then a few seconds later, my confusion was, yeah. I was like, oh, this is their future selves. It didn't even give a second glance. Now they are like, what the hell is happening? And then Best Girl shows up. Yes, I feel like I can confidently say that. And she's like, yeah, time shenaniganery is happening. We need to fix this. So that what we just saw was still the future. So she takes them into the time portal thing. Now we're still in the present. I can't believe I have to explain this, but I know there's some people who haven't watched the episode who might be confused, and some people who probably are waiting for the dub, but I'll try and show you where we are in the timeline and not confuse you, because I'm gonna confuse you even more. So he opens the portal, goes into the thing, and he's trying to find moments in time where Ladybug and Cat Noir are at their weakest to get the Miraculous from them. So he chooses Lady Wi-Fi first, which Ladybug later says is their first fight, and I was like, is it? No, it can't be. Stormy Weather was canonically like the first episode, but even if we think about it, their first fight was when Ivan got transformed, so she can't be. And Lady Wi-Fi got transformed because she thought Chloe was Ladybug. So through all, just looking at everything, 1 + 1 is not equaling 2 here. This was not their first fight, unless I am missing something. I am not, by the way. So he sneaks up in here, pauses her, and goes for the earrings. But it was also so creepy, him just looking at, yes, the paralyzed and helpless Ladybug. I was like, creep. I know you don't know her age, but still creepy. And this whole scene kind of solidified what happened at the end, just kind of made it make sense. So he's about to grab her, where Bunnyx reverses time and then drags him out. And I'm like, he's like, how? And they're like, it's time, baby. And literally, Bunnyx sits down and explains to him, like, can you see all the keyframes I'm jumping? She explains to him how the whole timeline works. And I'm like, don't explain to the villain how the superpower works, bestie. Come on. So he doesn't understand. She was like, it's basically like a car that has 2 keys. But we already saw him freeze Lady Wi-Fi and was about to go for the Miraculous. So if time is like a river, there is a timeline where Hawkmoth already got the Miraculouses, or they re-won time, because I guess that's one of the powers of the bunny. This is the one thing that kind of didn't make sense, but everything else in the episode flowed beautifully. So they try to get it back, and this is where Hawkmoth goes full demented and just starts unifying with everything. Oh yeah, the Kwame's going to stick. Everything and everyone. Like, he unified with like 5. Now this static thing happened, and I thought that was kind of like, I was like, wait, is there a Kwame that has like electricity powers? I'm pretty sure it's a Kwame who has like electricity powers. I thought it was like long or something, but no, he's using too many Kwames, and I guess the after effects is getting shocked. So he's running away, he uses Mirage to mask himself. And this is when I was like, oh shit, things are getting real. Not only did we hop in a portal, not only is Hawkmoth being competent, not only as planned, like I genuinely was like worried at one point for them. And that's when I was like, okay, things are getting competent. Then as they're fighting, Hawkmoth uses pollen to stun, I forget her name, Bunnyx. And I'm like, oh shit, that's smart. Oh my god, Hawkmoth using brain cells is terrifying, because she is the biggest thing that can stop him right now. He should have taken her watch at this point, I believe. Yeah, he was going to. He sheltered himself because he stunned her and was gonna take it. So Cat Noir jumped into action, and before he could take it, Cat Noir uses Cataclysm, breaks the shield, and steals the Miraculous from him before he could do anything. God, those teeth. I don't want to see that in high detail. Wait, where did he... When did he... Did I miss it? I don't see him when he grabbed the watch from him. So when he uses long, he just... Okay, so... See? Electricity. Hello? I don't see when he took the... Oh, was he about to take it? I get it now. I just confused myself. So Cat Noir is the one that takes it from her because she's immobilized. Even if she detransforms, there's nothing he can do. So he throws the thing. Before we even get into this, he did 2 competent things before the 10-minute mark. Technically, if you cut out the credits, he did 2 competent things in 5 minutes. Whew, I'm getting heady. I'm gonna faint. The show has conditioned me for him to be a buffoon. That not only did he do 2 smart things, he even threw the Miraculous to her and like, okay, we gotta go. And oh my god. And then Ladybug just earns my respect and just kind of seeped a little bit of all the hatred I had towards her character by giving it back to him. I'm so happy. I am so happy. I am... Oh god, my family's gonna think I have lost it if they haven't already. Well, they will think I've lost it even more. She gave it back to him and says, "Your time to shine, baby boo." And he's like, "You want me to control time?" She's like, "It's you and me, remember?" I forgot how fucking cute the show can be when they try, when they put the most minuscule of effort into it. The annoying thing is that she said this like 3 times in the last season and it meant nothing, but she said it now after she actually did a thing and it meant so much more. I'm so easy to please, I swear to fucking god. Do you see how easy it is to turn me to your side if you just do the right thing? Not even do what I want, just do the fucking right thing. Because all those other times it's like, it's you and me, and then the show will create a reason why it's not the 2 of them. But now she actually did something. He's surprised by it and she was like, it's you and me, and I'm like, oh. Oh my god, I am so happy. Oh god, and it's not even 7 minutes yet, so I knew I was in for a ride this episode. My goodness. Oh boy. I think there was a moment in this episode where I sat up. I can't remember. I think it was around this time where his clones came up that I sat up. I was like, okay, this episode is getting serious, because I just knew I was gonna be like, okay, let's just get through this boring fluff. But it's not. And I have something at the back of my mind telling me, don't get sucked in, TVC. They always do this. The start of every season is really good and then it just takes a fucking nosedive. Somebody promised me that Thomas wouldn't be a writer this season, but I see his name. So y'all fucking lied to me. Why do you guys still believe anything this show tells you? But this episode was good. Let's keep the negativity away. I will go to bat for this episode, and I still haven't even gone into the best part. Well, this is the best part, but more is to come. So Cat Noir fused with it, and now he's looking through time, and he found, I think this episode was Copycat. No, it was Reposter. At first I thought it was Copycat, but Hawkmoth is getting tired. They start catching up to him. I need to speed things up with this review because I already see myself rambling at that part. I fucking loved that part so much. So now they start going through time, and another part it like really comes up like this. Okay. So they fall through this point in time where I found it funny. Hawkmoth falls, whereas they run. What was a void to him is a platform check. You know what? I don't like time travel, but this show made it cool. That's the only time I'll ever concede to that fact. I fucking despise time travel as a trope, but the fact that I really like this episode is a testament to the writers got it right. So Cat Noir uses his power, and Ladybug is like, wait, you can still use it? How's that possible? You've already used your power. And he's like, did I use it or will I use it? I'm like, bravo. So many smart things. The writing. Oh my god. So he's like, it's apparently the time Miraculous isn't affected by time, and I'm like, who fucking knew? Like, it's a no-brainer statement, and you could say it's kind of like a retcon, but I don't fucking care. Cat Noir is doing so. He's doing a thing. So he's like, okay, does that make any sense? He's talking down to her. And she's like, that's impressive. And he does a little, and it's like, guys, I'm shaking my microphone because I have nothing to hold right now. He was given this Miraculous like literally 5 seconds ago, and not only has he mastered it, he's figured it out and he's explaining it down to her. Who wrote this episode? I swear Thomas Ostrix wasn't a part of this. You cannot lie to me. Credits. Sebastian, is it you? Should I follow you on Twitter and start worshipping you? Hello? I'm going to cry. This is like, what, 4 things he's done now? Okay. Honest question to the comments. Is everything so far good, or am I just blinded by my love for this boy and just the joy and happiness that he's doing competent things? Is the episode so far good? Is it good, or is bias just blinding me? I don't care if it's bias, or I TVC.exe has malfunctioned, has overloaded. Press Ctrl Alt F4 to reboot. You know what? I can just end this review here. This is all I wanted. So this is Heroes Day, and Hawkmoth is trying to go and find them when they're transformed. Because when I saw Hawkmoth hop in the portal, I was like, look, I can give you a bunch of timelines to go to. Hell, go to the episode for Animaestro where all you needed to do was look. You ran out like as your human self to go and look at the thing. So just teleport there, look at it, and I guess you kind of won. Or something like that. So he's going into the sewer, and Cat Noir is like, oh, I know a shortcut. So Monarch, what the fuck ever, I don't care. He is tired, and Sword. Oh yeah, Sword is Kagami. No, well, not Kagami's anymore. Long, the Dragon Miraculous. He's tired and he doesn't know what's going on. He is limping, and they just yeeted him from there. I know this episode, I can't remember it. Oh, I think this was Bubbler, where Marinette's bangs get blown back and we see how big of a forehead she has. Like, damn, those bangs be hiding like a helicopter landing pad. I don't know. So Cat Noir is getting cocky, thinking, okay, you're tired, old man. And he's like, call an ambulance, but not for me. So he still has some fight in him, and now they're trying to jump directly into the portals that Hawkmoth has created because they want to get through to him. They still want to follow him as quickly as possible. Now, when I saw this in the background, I was like, oh my god, I wish this could be our main couple. I'm so tired. And then I was like, wait. This is the Animan episode. This was the episode where Alia and Nino hooked up. I was like, damn, y'all kissed on the first date. Not even the first date, on the first meet. y'all just realized you had feelings for each other and kiss. I understand teenagers, but at the same day, on the first day, like, damn, how easy are you? Nino or Alia, I don't care, woman or man, how easy is it to get into your... I'm not gonna finish that sentence because they're minors, but how easy are you? Could never be me. Well, you know, let's not judge. Let's not judge. So at this point, I was like, okay, so they've made it finally to what we saw in the beginning. And I was like, could they have just not looked to the right? Maybe because they've jumped through so much of time that it didn't click. But literally, this scene happened like 15 minutes ago. Babes, besties, hello. Now, this was a point in time where everything is grey and they're like, we've caught you. I have no idea what this translation is. Mofranstrober. The Cat Noir say, hey, motherfucker. I would pay money to see that. Animated and voice acted. So they're like, it's over. But then Hawkmoth does a pro gamer move and attaches the Dog Miraculous to the Rabbit Miraculous. So even if they take the Miraculous, he will always get it back. And I'm like, fucking damn, god fucking damn it. So even when he collapses, the electricity is taking over him, and then I was like, oh yeah, this is the whole using too many Miraculouses. And he collapses straight up. He just goes black. And I was like, okay, did he just die? Did the old man's heart give out? Ironically, it's like, you have to remember, there's a father and son in this image. My goodness. And there's probably a boyfriend and girlfriend too if they'd get their shit together. Can you just see how I've just reverted to like shipping the main couple? I am easy to please. I am easy, apparently. So they were shocked and the looks on their faces, I was like, oh my god, did he actually die? Now this is the point where you run to him and start ripping off Miraculouses, okay? I know a man might be dead, but priorities, people, priorities. Yeah, so they get to him. Cat Noir poking him with the fucking stick. My god, I love him so much. Yeah, they reach for the Miraculous and they get it, but they get distracted by what's happening, and apparently it's backwater. I think that was the episode, yes. And the little distraction allowed for Hawkmoth to get a bit of his breath. Oh, I see this now. That's cute. I can't believe I'm saying something that's cute. The nose ring, my guy, you need to get rid of that. It's just not the look for you. You can't pull it off like Ivan. So he keeps calling, like, okay, he keeps calling more Miraculouses, but then this was the point where he was removing more, I guess, to maybe get more energy. So he ununified some and then used catch and he got it back and he just, oh my god, my god, my god. Am I making sense? I think I need to make that a t-shirt in my shop where I just ask, am I making sense? Oh my god, so he uses shelter so they can't get to him. And then he teleports, and I thought, did he do the circle within the shelter so they can't get in? And the Ladybug asks him, use your cataclysm. He's like, I've already used it. And I'm like, oh my god. And you can't even say it's an incompetent thing. He did it to save Bunnyx. So, of course, Cat Noir not having a superpower wasn't because of his incompetence. It's because, hey, we don't have a thing. Oh my god. So he fuses back with others and does the rabbit thing. But I don't think, yeah, he went with the shield. I don't know why I'm using my hands. You can't fucking see me, but I guess I can make it helps me explain better. He uses the shield to go down so they can't follow because he's blocking all points of it to the point that the shield closes around the top. I would have just done the rabbit hole inside the shield, gone in, and then when it closes, just leave the shield for them. They not my business. I can unshelter after I've teleported, but yeah. Acrobatics, Ladybug, someone's bendy. Minor. God fucking damn it. They can't, well, they can time. They can just jump into the portal and rewind and fast forward, do whatever needs to be done. I like the fact that his bell is white, even though nothing else is. So Ladybug has another breakdown, which I'm not even against or saying, because I still said, why are you crying? But because she says, okay, now that he's created a connection between the Rabbit Miraculous and the Dog Miraculous, he will forever be able to find it. And I was like, not really. When he detransforms, the connection is broken. So you can calm down now. And then Cat Noir says the exact same thing. Guys, I need a moment. The show is making sense. It's following reasonable logic and pathing. Like, you the fan don't think you're smarter than the show. Hell, the show is kind of even outsmarting you in places. What has happened? What was like the last 2 seasons? Yeah, well, basically season 3 and 4 were just filler, just stretching the plot out. But are things finally getting serious? Are people being given brain cells? Why did I have to suffer through the garbage that was most of season 3 and season 4 to get to this point? Well, I am the one that says I like to make people suffer before giving them enjoyment, but there's a sweet kind of suffering. Miraculous wasn't a sweet suffering, it was a suffering. It was a bored, torturous suffering. I feel offended on some levels because they could write this well, but they gave us Kuroneko. Well, let me not even complain, we saw Adrian's pajamas, but still, we got some shit. We got some fucking shit. Queen Banana, Soul Crusher. Like, I like Zoe, but oh my god. Penultime, again, I'm just calling episode that had like 1% good and 99% shit. So this is like 99% good and 1%. I won't even call it 1% shit, just 1% meh. Oh god, I need to concentrate. So Cat Noir tells her the obvious, that the connection will be lost, and then she was like, okay, but when, where? We can't follow him through time forever. And it's the Bunny Miraculous that's immune to time. Hawkmoth isn't, but we know Hawkmoth doesn't time out because he's an adult and he has more control over these things. But he does need to do transform at one point because he is getting tired. He can't do this. And then she's like, okay, we need a solution. Then I was like, then come up with one. That's your job. Cat Noir has been the grounding thing stopping you from spiraling this entire time, both as Adrian in the last season and as Cat Noir now. Well, technically Cat Noir even more so in the last season. And I just love that he's the grounded, practical, calls it as he see it person, and Ladybug is the creative, think out of the box. They did that. They did the thing. So when I said, okay, then figure it out, then she did her Lucky Charm, and I said, oh, for my fucking god, she did not do Lucky Charm this entire fucking time. Seriously. Well, normally, I think maybe again last season has gotten me so used to her doing Lucky Charm immediately, just finding the solution, but I guess now she's more cautious of holding on to things till absolutely necessary, because with Shat having the Bunny Miraculous, it kind of gave them an edge, and it just allowed Shat to have his own time, have his moment, give him a moment. Now that he has his moment and he can't help anymore, he doesn't have Cataclysm, and Hawkmoth has blocked them from being able to follow him so tightly. Now she can come in and do her Ex Machina shit, and we don't care or worry. They both got spotlight. I am bouncing up and down my desk right now. I cannot sit. I need to make sounds to calm myself. Why am I playing this? Let me not get claimed. So she gets a box which is useless. Useless. And then they're just calling him Monarch. I'm like, can you stop? She said, oh, when you were still Hawkmoth on Heroes Day. I was like, that's the name of the episode. Was it real? Oh no, I think in the show they did call it Heroes Day. Never mind. I was like, are they breaking? Are they breaking the fourth wall now? So she looks around, but she wasn't able to see anything. And Hawkmoth tells Cat Noir tells her, I'm sure you'll figure it out. She looks around one more time. Yeah, she looks around the first time, she didn't see anything. Cat Noir tells her, I knew you'll figure it out. She looks again and she sees Master Fu, and she's like, okay, we have access to all the Miraculouses right now. Hawkmoth lands on them in the episode Reverser, when their powers were swapped, when she was Clumsy Net and he was Scaredy Noir. But he's too tired, he cannot catch them or do anything. That bus driver just saw him in broad daylight, but I'm pretty sure he'll just think it's somebody in costumes. But hell, we have superheroes. If I see somebody dressed as a villain with electricity shooting up his spine, I'm saying something. And hey, wait, didn't the mayor shoot up all the garbage in this episode? What is he doing there? What garbage are you transporting? You're out of a job, motherfucker. Maybe that's why he's in the truck. He's running away with the truck to go sell it and make money. We don't need to think up of better plot lines. Well, it's not even better. The show got good. So, no more bagging on the show till they do something I don't like. So he is having a breakdown. Well, he's not feeling well, Mr. Stark. I don't feel so good. And he's ordering them to answer him because he asked the question. He didn't get any answer because you told them to keep quiet. Or I don't know their name. I'm just going to call them Mouse. I like how Mouse just looked to Sass. And Sass is like, told you so. And they only trust Sass to be the one to answer him. And he's like, the gnomes need to eat no food. There is some kind of spelling mistake. There was one point where he said habit hole in this episode, but the Kwamis need to eat, they need food, and he's like, fuck you, I'm your master. But they're like, we need food, our powers. He's like, I have nothing to feed you, work. He's like, we can't do shit. And he's like, and I like how Sass just says, I will destroy us, you will destroy yourself too. I think they meant it will destroy us and it will destroy you too. They didn't just come up with a reason of how to kill the Kwamis, like overwork them till they die, but it'll kill the host too. Did I just figure out what Marinette will do as the season finale? Sacrifice herself to kill all the Kwamis and she dies. Well, we know the theory that if she gives up the miracle box, she loses her memories, but hopefully her love of A4A will bring it back. But this is a very dark and grim one too. So he teleports and he transforms back. And then this was when I realized, oh, Nathalie is on the train. And if you remember, you see this later in the episode, in case I forget, Lila was seeing her crash and burn, but she didn't see Hawkmoth coming from the future. So this woman is crippled, but he's like, feed these creatures now. Wait, is he sweating? I think he is. I can't really see, the quality is hideous. So they talk to Master Fu, they're like, hey, we need your Miraculouses. And he's like, who are you people? They say one or two things. I trust you now. I thought we weren't supposed to mess with this timeline continuum thing. Just knock him out and get the box and then bring it back, whatever. Remember when the miracle box had prestige? Like, taking it out was a ceremony, and then when it opened, it was gonna, I was like, when the mystery box had respect. Then there was respect to the miracle box's name. Why am I doing my hands like this? Like a pinching, that pinching your fingers emoji, whatever. So Ladybug repeats his words to him. I think she's just having comfort in having a master, but isn't he like her age at this point? Barely older than her by 10 years. He asks for their names so they can give it. Ladybug called him Cat Rabbit at one point. I almost had an aneurysm. So but when he asked to now, they said Rabbit Noir. So I guess the episode called him Kitty Noir and Rabbit Noir. Well, they can't even be Kitty Noir, but Cat Rabbit? The hell? You were supposed to be a fashion designer, Mike Babes. I think the show just removed that character trait of hers after the whole episode with Adrian, Luca, and Jagged Stone, where they were like, I can't figure out my future. So I think they just removed that possibility for Marinette. Now she can be anything she wants to be. Fuck you. But yeah, we're not thinking of the bad episodes. We're focusing on the good. We are present. Focus on the now. Well, so they're like, not to alter the river of time, you need to bring this back to me. And Cat Noir is like, we'll bring it back to you in less than a second. You know what's sad? I think Cat Noir has had more interactions with Master Fu here than he had the entire time Master Fu was old. That is depressing. Well, I won't say it's more, but it's about the same, but that is depressing. I found it really cute. I will return in less than a second, and then with what happened this episode, they will consistently do that. the sigh of relief that I breathed when I realized that this episode had consistency and no plot line or plot thread will be left off. What happened to the spark of life in the other eye, my dude? You know what? We're not gonna worry about animation errors. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Okay? It's fine. So Alix's dad is talking to her, just bringing her here, and then I was like, wait a minute, how do we have time for this? And the episode, the pacing and everything is still fine, but me going back to this, it was like, this didn't feel rushed. You still felt like there was this bigger mystery with like Alix and her dad, and we knew this in past episodes when he gave her like a watch or something that broke, but I don't even know where the watch is anymore. But that whole thread kind of came back here, where people were thinking, is Alix her own grandmother? Because they thought, I think she sent herself a letter from the past or something, but then this episode kind of explains that. But I like the fact that they fit in something that happened like in season 2, I think. Yeah, Reverser was when Max got akumatized, but when Alix got akumatized, she got turned into that dual thing where she was skating. But I think it was also an R. I think that was Reverser. But that was the episode where we found out that there's this bigger thing to Alix, and it's sad. It's boggling my mind that, was it season 2? I think it was a season 2 episode because it was really good. They hinted at something in season 5 and season 2, and it pays off here and it doesn't feel so chalked up, but we didn't get any hint of it like in season 3 and 4. And she's so tiny. Is the fact that her growth spurt is yet to come. Some people will think, oh yeah, you're gonna be like this forever. I like how her dad is so particular with time, and it's just, she got the time miraculous. My goodness, I don't know how he got the time down to the minute. Did future Alix come back to this moment and then like recorded it and was sending it to him? I was gonna be like, oh, her son, but like, no, her dad. Oh my god. But I guess maybe her dad has been getting, well, I guess she's been sending him letters maybe since he was younger, or maybe after he gave birth to her. Like, we don't know when she was sending him letters, but she's treating her like he's her son or something. But I guess he just knew more then I guess some of her streetwear did kind of translate to her growing up. But it's kind of sad because he's not gonna be with her for a while. Well, we don't know when they defeat Hawkmoth, but we know she's still Bunnyx for a while, and we knew she was trapped in that tomb thing as well. But like, my goodness, this is depressing. And Ladybug is, how does Ladybug know? Wait, how does Ladybug know this is an inevitable thing? Or no, she's like, I have a huge favor to ask your daughter. I hope you understand. Maybe she had a talk with like Bunnyx or something. Well, she didn't. Ladybug does kind of just yank people in and out of existence, and then comes back to explain later, or doesn't. So she tells him what's happening, and he's like, okay, I need you to steal back the Bunny Miraculous. She was like, wait, why are you giving me the Dog Miraculous? I was like, I also was like, wait, why the dog? And she's like, but the Rabbit Miraculous is right there. And they're like, it is complicated. Did they travel through time? Okay, I already explained this, but apparently Alix has been sending her dad pictures from all of her travels. They were having this conversation how Alix said, I want to be an engineer when I finish high school, but it turns out that she became a time traveler. She goes to the future, to the past, she takes pictures, she sends it to him, and it's like, okay, I don't know when she started sending it to him, but I'm pretty sure well, it can't be from this moment because he's been getting these pictures before, so he probably started getting them, I think probably even before Ladybug became Ladybug. Like, why am I saying this? Ladybug and Cat Noir. Before, or maybe he's just has been sending them for the longest time, so to prepare him for this moment. But I think, wouldn't it be better if she was sending it to him after this moment? Or maybe now he'd be getting pictures from young Alix. You know what? I hate time travel. They read the letter, they have a very emotional moment, and it's like, why it doesn't feel rushed? And why the fuck is your activation word bark sniff? These are children. Perfect is cute. I was like, why the white though? Why? Is there white on this animal? Is this white and orange? Why must we add black? Why is there a hat? But you know what? This is way better than Sabrina's own. But I cannot believe I'm gonna say the best one so far is Felix. I can't believe I'm on Felix's fucking side, but I think this is kind of better. She says goodbye to him. It's so sad. Consequences in this show. Who knew? Oh my gosh, she looks so pretty here. Thumbnail? Well, the thumbnail is gonna be like 3 different images, but this is one of the clearer ones. She comes, she sees her future self like paralyzed, and they're like, don't worry, I will fix it. I think she's still wearing the same shoes. My god. Hawkmoth is... I am all over the place. I apologize profusely if I'm not making a lick of sense. Like, at all. You can't understand anything, right? Wait, what? Come on, first you have to touch the... Oh, so they're like, okay, we want you to touch the ball because he has touched the ball. So you can also fetch. So now we have two Rabbit Miraculouses and 2 Dog Miraculouses in action at the same point in time. And the space-time continuum hasn't imploded. Imagine if there was 2 Ladybug and 2 Cat... Oh, 2 Ladybugs and 2 Cat Noir Miraculouses. Then just give Hawkmoth, make your wish. Yeah, because Sass even explains it. I jumped over that part. Sass explained that if he wishes for his wife to come back, somebody will take her place, and that's why he told him. Yep, well, that's why he told Sass to be quiet. I love the little buttons holding this thing together. That's why he told Sass to be quiet. But which one is it? Is using the 2 Miraculouses going to end the world, or just gonna make someone die, or is the world gonna end and then somebody has to take her place? Because that's just a double whammy. The textures of their hair. For once, Adrian's hair is a clear one, but it's because he's closer to the camera, but damn. Red, orange, yellow, green, purple, pink, brown, and blue. Now there's nothing that we can do. Smarties. One more time, or however that is. Anyway, red, blue, and yellow. I don't know why I had to sidetrack to do that. So, Alix has to connect her Dog Miraculous with the Time Miraculous. Ladybug takes it. I thought this was because she hesitated before she took it, and I thought that was when she touched it, but no. And they don't want Hawkmoth to know, so he doesn't react to it. So when the flash of the sky beam hit them, that was when Alix did it, and I was like, oh my god, fucking smooth. And that's when I realized, oh my god, I'm giving this episode too much praise. So they've connected the 2, and now they're going to travel to a point in time to give Hawkmoth a chance to come, like, this is Heroes Day, which he already traveled to. They hide, and they're going to set a trap, quote unquote, to catch him. So Nathalie is feeding the Kwamis. I don't know how. Nobody has seen this at this point. So Gabriel is like, I can do this, I can win. And then she's like, you know, there's another thing you can do. You can just go back in time and fix Emilie. Just make it, just fix the Peacock Miraculous so this whole thing never happens. And I'm like, Uzubillah, I did not think of that. I mean, we would have thought of it even. Somebody must have probably already thought of it. But it's like, it's so obvious. But so much has been happening that I can almost forgive Gabriel for not thinking about it. But this was why Nathalie said, hey, let's sit down, let's think, let's take a moment, let's breathe. But now that you've instigated this fight, Cat Noir and Ladybug are hot on your ass, and you can't even wait a moment or to do anything, which you could have done. And he's like, oh my god, that's true. And she's like, okay, here, this will fix it. You can get your wife back, and she will never get sick from using it. Just give this flash drive to your past self, make the right choice. And I said, oh, he's gonna make the wrong choice then. He thanks her, he transforms, he goes back in time, and he's trying to find the perfect moment. And this was when in the past, him and Emilie are together. I was like, oh, is this when he proposes? No, he gives her the peacock. Oh, I can see the cracks here. I didn't see that before. He gives it to her, and then he carries her bridal style. And I'm like, wait a minute. Is this the moment where Adrian was concepted? Did they just go to create Adrian? Because he gave her the Miraculous. I'm like, let's go after having a romantic dinner. Yes. I know how babies are naturally made, but I don't think Emilie can conceive. I already made theories about this. So this is them going to create their baby. I might make that into a separate video, but then I was like, oh my god. No. So he creates the time. He's about to drop it. You're supposed to talk to the person. The space-time continuum won't implode when you talk to your past self. We've seen that with Bunnyx a million times. Just go to a point in time where you're alone and tell her, hey, all this shit is gonna happen. Use this magic stick to fix it. You past blind in love, motherfucker. But then he sees the thing Ladybug has left for him and he's like, it's a trap, you can't trick me. He puts his hand back and I'm like, just drop it. All you had to do was drop it. You could drop it and still follow Ladybug's breadcrumbs. But he was like, okay, you know what? No. I've seen this thing before. He goes back and he finds them in the time in the point in time where the thing was used. And then he looks at the other portal and he's like, you know what? I'll come back for you. And I'm like, oh God, no. Oh God, no. He was like, I'll be right back, my love, I promise. It's like, you could have just fucking dropped it. And again, I can't even say this is bad writing or anything. This is what Hawkmoth would legitimately do. His need to defeat Ladybug and Cat Noir has almost overshadowed his love for his wife. And as soon as Nathalie said it, I was like, he almost wants to defeat the heroes more than he wants to save his wife. Because at this point, it's just that he wants to win. He wants to know that he's won. He's gone so far into that villain arc that when Nathalie gave him the stick, I almost thought he'd be like, no, I don't need it. I'm just gonna use my wish to bring her back. So they knew he wouldn't be able to resist. Alix uses fetch. She catches it. She unifies with it. And then we get another abomination, but it's not that bad. I feel like they've kind of toned down a bunch of the things. The cat is cute. It's giving. It is really giving. So cute. What the hell is the dog? What the hell was that? What the hell is this omnipotent blob? Oh no, it's the dog's snout. Oh God. I was like, what shape am I seeing a bag fluttering in the wind? So he's trying to catch it back, but she creates a portal and jumps in the nick of fucking time. And I don't think Fetch can go through the space-time continuum. But then this is well, he doesn't have the rabbit. I was about to say, this is the point where you turn on the portal and just send Fetch through, but he doesn't have it. Oh my God. I can't think of a way out for Hawkmoth, and the ankle bracelet is giving my like, imagine guys in suits wearing ankle bracelets like this in like New York in board meetings. I would live. So he's realizing, oh my God, I can't even go back and do the one thing I was supposed to do. I was so blinded by them. And they just opened the portal and they peaced out. Wait a minute. Okay, now the pose changed, but wait a minute. His angle also changed. Is his suit clipping? Anyway, one thing I also liked about like the whole episode, this is what I like about 3D modeling or 3D anything, because this was a moment in time. They've animated this before. You can see it from different angles. Like they animated this whole scene, so this whole place still exists. How do I explain this in a way that makes any monochrome of sense? Let's go back to when they entered the portal. Okay, they entered, so this whole scene can still be the same episode, but then this can just be imported in. Why am I using my fingers? This can be the whole same episode, but what happened here could have been imported in. Oh yeah, another good example of this was in the scary noir scene. I'm just going back. Okay, yeah. So this episode, I was like, did they reanimate this? Well, no, they couldn't have. This scene still happened almost exactly word for word, but because it's 3D animation, they could just pivot the camera to another angle. I think this was also the same angle that was used. You could also say that, oh, they're just like reusing clips and scenes to make the budget easier, but it's not 2D animation. They are actually putting different scenes, putting different characters, and still having to re-render the moments. But yeah, they leave him back there. He is in shock and awe. Ladybug does her lucky charm, and I thought, okay, that will send Hawkmoth back to the right time era, because it did that before, again in the episode where Alix was using her whole reverse skate things. There were two Ladybugs and they all fused into one. But also, the episode where Alix got akumatized also had to do with time travel and going back in time, and that's just, it's like the foreshadowing, my God. So they fixed it. She's better now, and Adrian returns the Miraculous, and he started speaking in opposite or something. She was like, yeah, that's what happens when the space-time continuing is messed. Her hair is giving, my god. She gets a fluff back and she calls him baby, and then young her calls him baby, and oh my god. So she gives the Miraculous back to Ladybug, and she's like, nah, it's time. Because apparently now Alix has to run. She has to take the Miraculous and just run forever, so Hawkmoth never finds it. He doesn't know her identity, he doesn't know her as a hero, but the Time Miraculous is too risky to keep in their timeline. So Alix just can't be here anymore, and that's how it turned into her family heirloom, I believe. Now the question is, how did the dad get it? Because when he got it, it was busted. So Kwame's died theory. And she calls it a baby. She said, ready for a long road trip, baby. And then the Bunny Miraculous is like, I'm experiencing deja vu. I thought I pitied Sass as a Kwame, having to redo everything over and over and again. But with Sass is just tragic. I cannot imagine having to exist like this, having all of space and time connect for me as an entity. But then again, he is just the visual. Wait, what gender is this one? Eyelashes. We'll call her a she. Well, Kwamis don't have genders. I know this before somebody spams it in the comments, but they are the physical embodiment of a concept. Oh yeah. The other Kwamis are non-binary. Only Tiki and Plag have pronouns. Blech. How I hear your voice sound, and if you have eyelashes, is a good deterrent for me, but we'll just call them today. So then Alix gets her transformation. What happened to her hat? And her transformation is exactly like the older one, but she's just mini. She is a mini-me. And just like they promised, the Miraculous was returned within a second. And it's the fact that she knew what was going to be said. Oh my god, Alix is so OP. And she takes a picture, and you know she's gonna send it to her dad. I'm dying. The lack of plot holes. And then Hawkmoth is here like, wait a minute, I still won. You left me in the past? Well, I can still relive everything, and the future belongs to he's in the past. I have won. I will relive everything, and I will defeat you. I like how the show gave him his moment just to strip it away from him. They did what they used to do with Cat Noir to Hawkmoth, and I appreciate that because Hawkmoth actually deserves that shit happening to him. So Alix is like, yeah, no. So she sends him to the present. I would have sent him to the time continuum thing, have Ladybug wrap him in her yo-yo, but you know, when he's cornered, he kind of just does the most extreme thing. And yeah, it kind of happens here. You see what happens in the past. Bunnyx takes them to the... She has a nose ring, I think. Why is her nose so awkward under that mask? What the hell is up with her ass cheeks? I can say that because she is an adult. Also, her adult Alix is just beautiful. I can say that because she's a fucking adult, a sexy ass adult. And I swear to God, if somebody comes and tells me she's actually 17, I will destroy everything. I should probably go back to reviewing Young Justice. At least then I can thirst for the characters. Guilt-free. My throat is destroyed, and that means I've been talking for more than 30 minutes. I knew I should have brought my drink next to me. She takes them... Past her takes them to whatever adventure is gonna happen, and then the future them comes through. She just dumps them and is like, it's over, we've got you. Ladybug ties him in the yo-yo, and Cat Noir holds him with the stick like, I'm helping too. Why am I making hand gestures? You can't fucking see. She does that and he's like, nah, you're running out of time. He unifies and then uses Wind Dragon, which is his thing to escape, and it's annoying, but it makes sense and I love it. Ladybug has another breakdown. She's like, oh my god, we lost him again. But then Cat Noir is like, we got one Miraculous. We got literally the most powerful and the most dangerous Miraculous out of his hand, and that is a win. And it's the fact that Hawkmoth wasted no time in implementing it. We know we always bag on Hawkmoth for not doing the smart thing or blah 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 blah. This episode, Hawkmoth did all the right things, but he still failed because the heroes were just heroes. The one thing that made Ladybug make a mistake was her rash and recklessness, and he was rash and reckless, and that helped him win. But then he went above and beyond and said, okay, I'm gonna be reckless again. But he didn't think like, okay, Ladybug will pick herself up, Cat Noir will be competent, and they'll work together, because there's always the two of them against the world. Oh my god, I'm dying. That shit is killing me. I need that scene in HD. I need to make an AMV with that scene. So Cat Noir says, yeah, we got one back. She was like, at what cost? And I was like, oh my god, yeah, Alix now, she's no longer going to come into school. She's just gone. That is a huge cost to get the Miraculous back. You can say it's kind of worth it, but again, consequences to what happened. We are always saying Ladybug doesn't get consequences. Ladybug doesn't get consequences. She almost gets rewards. But the miracle box, she outed Master Fu, he lost his identity, and she got the Guardian. And the show, Marinette understood that as a loss, but the show itself treated it as a win, because oh, now she just got an upgrade, she's the Guardian now, but like the responsibilities and everything was weighing on her. Now it's a genuine loss where they failed and the villain got all the things and he was just OP. Like, this is Hawkmoth at his most OP, but also at his most, like, I think reckless, because his one weakness is his desire to take down Ladybug and Cat Noir that almost blinds him, and the heroes are trying to see with more clarity because they are growing as characters, and Hawkmoth is just deteriorating as a person, not a character. His character is still entertaining and growing, but it's growing in, for him himself, it's deteriorating. Hawkmoth as a person is going insane, he's going crazy, kind of like with Jinx from Arcane, where character development, yes, but not the kind that you want. Well, will I say character regression? No. Well, I don't think it's character development then. Or it is, but yeah, again, I'll just say him as a person, Hawkmoth as a person is deteriorating, but his character is growing and evolving and being fleshed out. What was I saying? Oh yeah, a cost. And the cost of, yeah, she did something fucked up, she made a mistake, and now things are happening as a result of that mistake. You could say that, oh no, like it wasn't her personally that got this brunt, it was Alix. But for Alix now, it's kind of like what happened with Marinette. It was kind of a bummer. You get to leave all your friends, but it's an upgrade. You got a cool superpower, and now you get to travel the world, travel through time. That is a plot line of another show in and of itself. So there's that. So it's not something that's happening to Marinette like with the guardianship, but it's a sad thing that she has to lose a friend and somebody's life got upheaved because she can't be the one to travel away with it. Or she could have just been the one to take the Miraculous and run and give Cat Noir both the Ladybug and Cat Noir Miraculous and say unify. Well, she can't unify, that will end the world. But I would have been like, use both of them. But no, she has to sacrifice somebody else. And yeah, look, I don't know why I'm doing this long-winded explanation of, yeah, it's a sacrifice. And Cat Noir is like, yeah, but when we defeat Monarch, she can come back. And I was like, but when though? Because from what I gather, she still isn't able to come back, and she's an adult. Or maybe she was able to come back, but the Miraculous is still entrusted to her. So she's still able to take cool pics for her dad, because she still took a pic with Master Fu. So I feel like it means that she's still not able to come back. And that is depressing. I feel... So does that mean Alix just got written out of the show? The stakes. I don't like it, but I like it. So Hawkmoth is at Emilie's altar. He's crying, boo fucking who, I'm sorry, I could have changed everything, I didn't. The Kwamis are there. I'm like, why are they fucking there? Even with Marinette, they have a place to stay. But that just goes to show how Hawkmoth doesn't give a damn about them. They're just there. And me as a Kwami, I'd find a leaf or something on the here to hide. I don't want to see you crying. Fuck you and your feelings. But at least Nuru has friends. That's all that matters. Oh no, Fluff got separated from their friends. Why must we separate Kwamis? And also Dusu. They are omnipotent beings. So he calls Nathalie and he tells her like, I failed. And Nathalie was actually like hopeful, like, did it work? I was like, no, I failed, Ladybug tricked me. And she's here like coughing, about to have a breakdown, and he's like, you need to come back home and help me create a new plan. And Nathalie just sets off. My god. he still wants to just jump in, like, okay, we can't let her get away, we need to do this. And he was like, she said, you had the fucking time, Miraculous. You could have saved your wife and saved me. And then I said, oh fucking shit, that's right. If Hawkmoth had fixed the Peacock Miraculous, not only would Emilie still be functioning, Nathalie would not be crippled right now. Oh my god. And that's when I just knew I'm gonna have to pick the microphone so these emotions can still be fresh and raw. My fear now is if my microphone hasn't been recording all of this, I would actually cry. So she said, your obsession with Cat Noir and Ladybug, well, other way around, but no, my boy comes first in my life. Your obsession with them made you choose wrong. Like, you chose them over fixing us, and you can see Gabriel having a panic attack. My god. She's like, you are crazy, you are insane. Oh my god, the acting. He's like, it's not my fault, it's Ladybug's. He completely has blamed everything that happened in his life on her. Like, if only she wasn't around, his wife would be here. And it's like, no, she was in this coma before all of that, motherfucker. And you know what, I like that Cat Noir's name is not in his mouth. Keep my boy's name out of your mouth, even though he's your son, but fuck you. He's like, blame Ladybug, don't blame me, she tricked me. He's like, you had the fucking choice. And again, it wasn't just something that fans on the internet were yelling at each other for. It was said on the screen. You know how they say show don't tell? They are showing. They showed and then they told in the best way possible, and it was from Nathalie. And and then she hits him with the you don't deserve my help. And I'm like, oh Lord. He's like, you don't deserve anyone's help. And I'm like, oh, the love kind of cracked. Gabriel x Nathalie shippers, are you doing okay? This was the moment where I just knew, like, okay, yes, despite there being love or something, this ship just got destroyed in front of our eyeballs. Well, I'm like, well, finally, Mary Cat is no longer the oldest ship that's getting beaten to a pulp. Now let the other ships enjoy it. Oh my god. So now he's alone. He's at his lowest. Oh no, my computer! You can't do this to me! Yeah. Lila, fuck you. Okay, there we go. I saved it. I started recording this with like 80%. What the fuck? Okay, Lila comes in saying, you okay? Yeah. I don't like this bitch. Because people were saying that she saw Nathalie fall into the ground and she did nothing, and people are like, okay, that's the moment where I knew Lila was evil and I won't give her a chance and she's a bitch. I said, wait, this is the moment? Everything else she's done was just air to you? She comes and she's trying to help her. Oh, she has a ring. Imagine the plot twist of Nathalie being married to somebody. And then she was like, yes, can you help me back to my place? And imagine if this leads to something where, because I think in the next episode I saw Lila in the image somewhere. Imagine if Nathalie and Lila kind of like work together in a way. And that's just scary. The women taking charge, because now Nathalie has a motive to get the Miraculouses to fix her health. Because if Hawkmoth had just done the right thing, she would be healthy now. But if he gets the Miraculouses, he's just gonna wish for his wife to come back. She'll still be crippled. Can you imagine that? He will get his wife back, but she's still crippled. She helped him, but she's no longer in a situation to even function as a normal human being. You just realize the gravity of his selfishness. And I love it. Oh my god. So the Kwamis are shivering. Thank you to the translators. I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know if it's Twitter or Instagram, but thank you. Y'all made mistakes here or there, but I'm not perfect either. And then you say it, and I actually genuinely felt bad for this motherfucker. Is his nails painted? My god, everything is crumbling. And he just lost one Miraculous, and he's gonna have to keep losing more. And it's like, I can see Hawkmoth just going insane. I feel bad for the villain. Props for that. I feel good for the heroes. Props for that. I'm feeling a multiple levels of emotion. I'm sad at the sacrifices, at the stakes, at the everything. Oh, I think the scream is very awkward in whatever language this is. Oh, Mini Me and Big Her. I think she traveled with her, but they're gonna have to split at one point. Buttons. That's adorable. And that's how the episode ends. Can someone tell me what language it is? Damn. What an explosive first episode to a season. Like, as soon as this language came on, I was like, I don't recognize this language. I cannot talk for long. Most of... Can you behave? I've said most of what I wanted to say. In my head, you know, you will love me. I need to watch it. I need. I'm pretty sure I released a mini Miraculous news before this. Rent or something was the most accurate release date for like the dub. I really want this in the dub, but my god, and then it's like them jumping through time, and I'm just like, oh my god, great start to a season. Do you think this is like gonna start focusing on more characters outside of like, I'm gonna say it did get a bit more emotional gut punch than Ladybug. We know that the show is capable of it. What are your hopes now for season 5? Does this episode make you feel hopeful, or are you like, no TVC, you're just blinded by all the Adrian stuff in the beginning? This garbage. Open your eyes, bestie. What do you think? I need to know. I actually need to know that I'm not the only one losing my mind, because this is ever so much more. Thank you to all my patrons for supporting me. You're the only keep this channel afloat. I'm not making any money, so y'all are so I just love you. You know what to do. Chicken, shut up, please. Links to everything in the description box down below. I need to go lie down, drink a lot of water. Not just because my throat hurts, but because I'm gonna get in a head rush. I need to pray and thank God for this episode. Thank God Almighty. Alhamdulillah. Oh my God. But yeah, that's gonna be all from me, folks. Thanks for so much for clicking to watch. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. Keep an eye out for episode 2 is coming very soon, probably tomorrow. And with that being said, this is TVC. Mwah. Signing out. I saw the timestamp. Yes, I'm sorry. This is long. Love you. Mwah. Signing out.